Long before the skyscrapers and bustling streets, the area we now know as New York City was home to Native American tribes. These were the Lenape people. They called the island Mannahatta, which means island of many hills. The Lenape lived in harmony with nature. They fished in the rivers, hunted in the forests, and cultivated the land. Their lives were deeply connected to the rhythms of the seasons. They had their own language, customs, and beliefs that had existed for centuries. The Lenape were skilled traders. They used the waterways around their island home to connect with other tribes. They traded furs, food, and other goods. Their lives were peaceful and prosperous. The arrival of Europeans would forever change their world. The Europeans brought with them new goods and technologies. They also brought diseases to which the Lenape had no immunity. The arrival of the Europeans marked a turning point in the history of New York City and the beginning of great change for the Lenape people. In the early 17th century, European explorers arrived in the New World seeking new opportunities. Among them were the Dutch, who established a trading post on Manhattan Island in 1624. They called it New Amsterdam. The Dutch were interested in the fur trade. They saw the potential of the land and its resources. Soon, more settlers arrived from Holland and other parts of Europe. The Dutch built homes, shops, and a fort to protect their settlement. Life in New Amsterdam was different from the Native American way of life. The Dutch introduced their own customs, language, and architecture. The city began to take on a European character. New Amsterdam was a bustling center of trade. Ships arrived from Europe and the Caribbean, bringing goods and people. The Dutch West India Company controlled the colony. They sought to profit from the fur trade and other industries. However, tensions grew between the Dutch and the English, who also laid claim to the region. In 1664, English ships sailed into New Amsterdam harbor and demanded the surrender of the Dutch colony. The Dutch, outnumbered and outgunned, reluctantly agreed. New Amsterdam became New York, named after the Duke of York. The English took control of the city and its government. They implemented their own laws and customs. Despite the change in power, New York continued to thrive as a center of trade and commerce. The English encouraged immigration from England and other parts of Europe. The city's population grew rapidly. People from different backgrounds and cultures began to interact and mix. New York played a significant role in the American Revolution. It was a strategic port and a center of revolutionary sentiment. The city witnessed important battles and events during the war. After the war, New York City served as the first capital of the newly formed United States of America. Section 4. A City of Immigrants. Throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, New York City experienced wave after wave of immigration. People from all over the world seeking a better life arrived on its shores. They came from Ireland, Germany, Italy, Eastern Europe, China, and countless other countries. Each group brought their own unique traditions, languages, and cuisines. The influx of immigrants had a profound impact on the city's culture, making it a melting pot of diversity. Neighborhoods developed where immigrants could maintain their cultures. Little Italy, Chinatown, and other ethnic enclaves emerged. These communities enriched the city's social fabric. While immigrants faced challenges and discrimination, they also found opportunity in New York City. They worked hard, built businesses, and contributed to the city's growth. They helped to shape its identity as a place of hope and possibility for people from all walks of life. Section 5. The Rise of a Global Powerhouse. New York City's location at the mouth of the Hudson River gave it a natural advantage for trade and commerce. As the nation grew, so too did New York's importance as a port. The Erie Canal, completed in 1825, connected the city to the Great Lakes and opened up trade with the Midwest. New York became the gateway to America. With its booming port and access to raw materials and markets, New York City became a center of industry. Factories and businesses flourished, attracting workers and entrepreneurs. The city's skyline began to change as skyscrapers, made possible by new building techniques, reached for the sky. The financial industry also found a home in New York City. Wall Street emerged as the center of American finance. The New York Stock Exchange became the world's largest marketplace for buying and selling stocks. New York's influence on the global economy grew.